Hey, this is for anyone who is interested in becoming a bookkeeper, but you're not quite sure where to start. I'm going to give you the first couple steps in becoming a bookkeeper. I get this question almost every day from people who are kind of interested in the bookkeeping field, and they've maybe seen a few of my videos or they've researched it a little bit, but they're just not sure what to do next. They're not sure the first couple steps to take. And I agree, it can be really overwhelming. You don't know what schooling to get or what certifications or what software to use, how to start your business. So I'm going to tell you my very best recommendations for that. And this is a part of my Bookkeeper Basics series that I'm doing all month. And make sure you subscribe to my channel by hitting that red button down below so you can catch the rest of this awesome series. So I'm going to go over 4 concrete steps that I want you guys to take if you're thinking about being a bookkeeper. And first I'm going to talk a little bit about timing, just because the last of my steps talks about getting clients. So you might not be there for another, 3 to 6 months, maybe even a year, depending on how much time you can invest to bookkeeping. But the most important thing is that you just get started down that path. And it might even happen much more quickly than you expect. And so I realized when I was putting this video together is I have tons and tons of resources on my channel that talk about a lot of these topics. So I'm going to be referring you to different videos, and I'll put the thumbnail on the screen here, and then I'll link them all down below so you guys can go find them after you watch this video. My step number 1 is to just continue your research about bookkeeping and make sure it's something that you want to do. And you can kind of do that simultaneously as you're getting things set up. But 2 videos or a few videos that I really recommend for this is I have a video all about reasons why you want to be a bookkeeper, talks about how you can make a high income and it's really flexible. And then also a video on skills that you need to be a bookkeeper, so make sure those align with your skills, as well as a day in the life of a bookkeeper. So I think I have 2 of those videos right now on my channel, and I'll have another one coming up pretty soon. And there's definitely other videos on my channel that will help you with that, but I think those really do the best to pinpoint information for new bookkeepers and help you with your decision. All right, step number 2 is to sign up for Quickbooks Online Accountant. So this is the number 1 thing I recommend to people who are interested in bookkeeping, because it can kind of give you a feel of the bookkeeping industry, and it has tons of resources, as well as what's really important is it has a free bookkeeper certification in there. So it can be kind of confusing because there's a lot of different types of QuickBooks. There's desktop, there's online. But if you're a bookkeeper, the online accountant version is free for you to use. It's free for you to do your own business bookkeeping. So for your business, you can do all the books in there. And then you only have to start paying as you're getting clients, and they pay for their subscriptions or however you want to set it up. So this is a really great way to get your feet wet and kind of get a feel for bookkeeping without having a big commitment. And my video that will help you out with that is called Free Bookkeeper Certification. It walks you through all the steps to sign up for that QuickBooks Online Accountant, as well as within that accountant version of QuickBooks, there is a sample company. And I explain all about that in this video that is called Hacks to Gain Experience. All right, my third step is to actually start your bookkeeping business and create your LLC and start to really finalize the process of having your own business. And this can definitely be done in conjunction with getting your certification and, kind of learning QuickBooks, because starting your business is a little bit more involved and it takes a little more time. So I would get the process rolling as soon as you can. So my most popular video, which you may already have watched, is all about that. It talks about how you can earn $30 to $80 an hour as a bookkeeper. I'll put the thumbnail up here and then leave it linked down below. And then with that, I also have a checklist that tells all the steps to starting your business. So like I mentioned, LLC, open a bank account, make a website, work on marketing, all the things that you need to get that business started. Leave me a comment down below if you've already watched that video on how to start your bookkeeping business and that is how you found my channel. I'm kind of curious to know, I feel like definitely has the most views, and I think it's the one that's gained me the most subscribers as well. And the 4th step is to get your first client. So this can either happen really quickly for some people. Maybe you already have a client and that's why you want to be a bookkeeper, that you're learning bookkeeping because you have someone that wants you to do it. Or maybe it'll take you a little time and effort to get that first client. For me personally, I've actually found it surprisingly easy to get clients because I find a lot of people want help with their business finances, but sometimes they just don't know where to look for it. So I think I've said this before, but originally I was trying to be a copywriter, but people just always don't necessarily want to outsource their copywriting as readily as they want to outsource their bookkeeping. So hopefully you are able to find clients without too much trouble. So I have a few videos that are going to help you with that. The first one is Get Your First Client This Week. That has all my ideas of places that you can find clients, from Facebook groups. It talks about finding your niche that specializes in a certain area. and talking with family and friends and see if anyone you know has a bookkeeper, as well as finding clients out of your local area. So that video is actually a wealth of information, and I really feel like more people should utilize that list that I have in that video. And then I also have a video that takes one client from start to finish. It's actually a 2-part video. So I start all the way from, contacting them for the first time, to onboarding them, to what I do each month with a client. So that should help you out, as well as, again, that hacks to gain experience video that I already mentioned. Leave me a comment down below if you've come to roadblocks in starting your business, or kind of what's stopping you from getting your actual bookkeeping business started. So up next, every Tuesday I have a Q&A, so I'll answer a couple questions from you guys. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. That helps me out so much. So here is the question from a subscriber. All right, so I had 2 questions that kind of went along with this video. One was from Marcy, and she talked about the cost to purchase QuickBooks Online Accountant and which one do I recommend. And then also Caitlin asked about which subscription to get. She said she saw an advanced subscription. Oh yeah, I've got another question about the version of QuickBooks I recommend, because when you get clients, there's like, I think 4 or so different versions. Most of my clients are on the Plus version, QuickBooks Plus. The things you want to look at for that are if you need to do invoicing, and if you want to use classes, which is a different way to organize your information. Like many other websites, QuickBooks has like the little check marks that shows what is included in each version. So Plus is a little bit on the higher side. I think you could also do the one right below that and be fine for most clients. Oh yeah, and this one's from Crystal. This is a good question. Is the certification for QuickBooks Online Accountant relevant if you use QuickBooks Desktop? So I've got this question a couple times recently, and I believe historically, I'm pretty sure it's still the case, the QuickBooks Desktop certification is much more costly. In the QuickBooks Online Accountant version, it's free. So I would say if you're tight on money, go ahead and do the online version, and then you can learn. Basically, the basics are the same, and the underlying concepts of how to use QuickBooks are the same. You need to create invoices, you need to categorize bank transactions, you need to, write checks and do billing and that kind of thing. All of the things you're doing are the same, but just sometimes they're laid out in different places. That's the main thing. And a couple things, work differently from online to desktop. But if you're trained in one and you know one really well, it's fairly easy to switch over. At least that's what I found. I switched from desktop to online because I was using desktop most of my bookkeeping career. And then in the last few years, I've done primarily online. All right, hope this video helped you guys out. Don't forget to subscribe and stick around for my next video. Leave any questions down below that you have about bookkeeping or where to get started.